What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Rick Gamer 27. Once again, I want to thank you for joining my channel. I want to continue the state of the 8th generation of gaming, and I want to dabble back into the PlayStation 4. The reason why, because I just been thinking about what's been going on recently. Of course, you got the whole entire 1880s, or the Order 1886 debacle and all that. Of course, you got the Yoshida. He came out and said that they basically get hacked on an everyday basis, and people getting ripped off on their PSNs all the time, and somebody got $600 taken away from them, and I believe they refund him back $150, which is kind of bullshit. And it's just ongoing problems in the Sony community every day. But what is the reason why they are selling so many consoles, even though people was getting fucked in the ass? What's the reason? Well, they had a survey, and the number one reason for people want to buy PlayStation 4s is, of course, I figured that a long time ago. It's better resolution. It's all about the graphics. They don't even have to do a survey. They don't, because the gaming community I be in, all the comment section, all the websites, they talk about better graphics, better resolution, 1080p this, 1080p that. The PlayStation 4 games look better, so they're gonna buy that console. So that's the main reason why the PlayStation 4 is selling like hotcakes, even though their exclusives are not that good, But of course, with the Microsoft Xbox One, of course, the number one reason why people bought it is because of the brand. So I guess, and with the Nintendo Wii U, the number one reason why people bought the Wii U is because of the fun factor. So you got better resolution for PlayStation 4, just for the brand itself, for the Xbox One, and for the fun factor for the Wii. That's the number one reason why the consumers bought it. But this is just a survey, this don't mean that it goes for everybody. Just a recent survey that they did not too long ago. But like I said, with the PlayStation 4, I already knew that majority of the people bought it just because of the better graphics, the better specs. And of course, it was even though at launch it was cheaper than the Xbox One. Of course, the Xbox One was at $500 because of the Kinect, and of course it was a less powerful system, and of course people gonna go where power is at, and of course it's cheaper. So it didn't take them that long to figure out which one they was gonna buy, so they went with the PlayStation 4. And even though the Xbox One got a price cut, they did good. They outsold the PlayStation 4, I believe, in the month of November, something like that. I think, I'm not sure, I forgot, but it was pretty close. But after the holiday season, the PlayStation 4 is still dominant. They still killing it, and I just don't think Microsoft. The only way the Microsoft can catch up, they gonna have to drop the price again, because even though they are selling the Xbox One at $350, and it comes with a game. It's a bundle. It's a good price. PlayStation 4 is still whooping their asses. So it's all about the graphics these days. It's all about these graphics whores. They just love graphics. They don't like completed games, but hey, they will settle for the graphics and have their games get finished later. And I just wanted to bring this up, because I'm just like I said, I'm just trying to figure out why is the PlayStation 4 is selling so good. And like I said in my video yesterday, that the PlayStation 2 era was a lot better than the PlayStation 4 era. I'm just being honest, because they had a lot of great games, and their games was completed. It was, that generation is probably the best generation. That's just, as far as the PlayStation goes. And of course, PlayStation 4, and that was a really good generation. PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 was probably the best PlayStation generations ever. Of course, when PS3 came out, of course, it didn't do too well the very first year, because we already know about that little issue. And of course, the PlayStation 4, it's on pace to, either, sell as much as the PlayStation 2 or sell maybe a little bit less, just with the pace of the sales right now. But like I say, if you want to go about quality of the games and everything, I don't even know what to say about that, because the quality of games these days is shit. It's I don't even know what to say anymore, because it's all about DLC. DLC this, DLC that. Pre-order this certain game at this certain retail store, and you could get a certain skin or a certain weapon, 10% off. It's just stupid with these damn DLCs these days, man. It's just everybody's getting ripped off, and just people just getting raped, raped, whatever kind of rape, and they just fall for it. And since a lot of these consumers are falling for it, they're going to continuously and do it. And that's why I said the gaming industry these days is up to shit. Even though they might be making a lot more money than they did back in the day, but it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. And pretty soon, everything's going to go digital, and we ain't gonna have no physical copies anymore. And it's gonna piss a lot of people off, including me, because I like to collect my stuff. And plus you can't trade games in. Some people trade games in because they can't afford to pay full price of certain games. That's why people want physical copies. And another thing, I don't understand why buying digital games costs the exact same as as physical copies, because you can't trade in a digital game. I don't understand. It's stupid. But with the state with the PS4 is right now, like Sony, they could do all kinds of dumb things and they can still come on top just because of the resolution, because of the better graphics. Yoshida, he can't even figure out why they're getting hacked. They still getting hacked every day. People losing out on their money. They complain and they complain and they complain, and and consumers are gonna still buy it. But it is what it is. But anyway, guys, y'all let me know how y'all feel about the PlayStation 4, with the 8th generation. Or y'all happy with it, as far, of course they got the better graphics, but besides graphics, just put graphics to the side. Let's talk about gameplay. How's the gameplay? How's everything about the PlayStation 4? Do you like it? Are you enjoying it, or are you disappointed? Or do you think the PS2 is probably the best PlayStation console ever? In my opinion, I think PlayStation 2 console is the best ever. But y'all just let me know how y'all feel about this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and once again, it's your boy RickGaming27, and y'all have a good day.